Hey, this is Scotty from the Gifford group, and today I want to do a quick video on our 2-1 buy down calculator. And now, why do I care about a 2-1 buy down calculator? Well, in this market, especially say, and we're seeing more inventory than ever, a decade at least. So in this market, buyers are starting to have more say on how it goes. And so a lot of times buyers aren't willing to reduce their price, but maybe they are willing to give you seller concessions. And it might be a better use of your money, and what the calculator will show you that better use of your money to actually get seller concessions than to reduce their price, right? So the numbers will show you what makes sense mathematically in the short term and in the long term, so you can make an informed decision about whether it's better to buy down the rate, use that to reduce the loan amount, or to get it like a 2-1. So let's jump into the calculator and you can see for yourself what that looks like. So I have it set up here. You can select the 3-1, a 2-1, or 1-0. There's also a 1-1, which I'll show you later on. But let's stay with the 2-1. And this is just going to be the loan amount, not the purchase price of the home. Let's say if you, and I could, we're going to just say get a $400,000 loan. And the rates, let's right now say they're about 7%. And we're going to compare this over a time frame because we want to know with any tool that you're using, you want to know what the short-term bias would be and does it make sense. And then also it's cool because you can tell you, hey, well, what if you use that money just to permanently buy down the rate now? So when I push the button, it's going to say, okay, loan amount, tell you what you selected to make sure that's what you're looking at. And then it shows you right here, okay, so the standard payment with no buy down would be about $2,600 a month. Now, with a 2-1 buy down, essentially what you're doing is prepaying some of that interest, and you're putting that money into an escrow account. In a way, think about if you know what escrow accounts are, a way to prepay the principal and interest payment, at least partially for you, right? Instead of saying the 7%, we are now paying essentially a 5% interest rate on that first year of the loan. So we end up saving about $531 a month for the first year, which saves about $6,000. And then the next year, we essentially a 6% rate. It shows you the full payment here. You're saving $261 a month. So it saves you another another $3,000 the second year. So the total cost for the buy down would actually be your savings, right? So it would cost you $9,300 to get this. So if you had $10,000 in seller concessions versus coming off the price of the house, instead of let's say that you're doing an FHA loan, so instead of using that money to reduce some of the closing costs, we're going to use it to buy down the rate from 7 to 6 to 5 the first 2 years there. So this tells you the average savings each month. The other option is kind of cool is like, well, what if I just use that money? And so instead of getting the $9,000 in seller concession, what if I just reduce the purchase price, right? I reduce the loan amount, the $9,000. Okay, well, that reduces to a little under $2,600 a month. So it's only a $62 difference than the regular payment. So you can see it doesn't really save us that much money. And typically, I like to say, a good rule of thumb is kind of look at what would $10,000 cost you. And usually $10,000 costs you about $65 a month. So, $93, it's 62. So it's pretty close. Just off the top of my head, I knew it was going to be that amount based off the $9,000 buy down cost here. So, and let's look at alternatively, like what if you wanted to buy down the rate permanently versus just doing this, a temporary buy down of 2% the first year and 1% the next year. Well, this is going to be exact. This is just an estimate. It's going to obviously vary per loan and lender. But let's say it's, if you spent the $8,000 up front, you could permanently buy down the rate to 6.5, right? So that gets you about $25,000 a month versus the $26,000 a month. So a savings of $132. That's pretty good. Right now, it's not saving you $500 a month or $260 a month the second year. But it's over the life of the loan. It'll save you that $132 a month for the life of the loan. So it's pretty good. Now, there's obviously some more stuff in here. This is what we're looking at, the total cost of the life of the loan versus, so which one's better over the 4-year period. Now, you could spend a lot of times breaking down each one of these, but I just want to give you a quick overview. You change these numbers to a 2-1, 1-1, and really get you there. So hope you found this helpful.